Employees at businesses with more than 100 workers are now required to get vaccinated for COVID-19 or submit to weekly testing.
We're going to talk about that mandate with Oklahoma Senator James Lankford, as well as his plan to avoid future government shutdowns. Good morning, Senator.
Hey, good morning to both of you.
Starting with the vaccine mandate, Senator, President Biden, in announcing it, said Americans refusing the shot have, quote, cost all of us. Senator, how do we end this pandemic?
We end this pandemic by people paying attention to it, but also understand we're going to live with COVID-19 for a very long time. This is a worldwide issue that's going to be around for a while. There is no constitutional right for the president to be able to step in and to say, I'm your dad, everybody's got to take the vaccine, or to be able to say, if you're in a company of 100 or more, you need to get the vaccine, but 99 and down, it's not an issue. What the president's ignoring right now is the 40 million Americans that have already had COVID-19 that have natural immunity. It completely ignores all those. Cancer patients that don't want to take an additional drug, people with other pre-existing conditions and medical conditions, or with religious issues that don't want to be able to take this vaccine. We cannot, as a country, mandate to individuals that they take a vaccine when there are so many people that have already had COVID, that already have natural immunity, and there are so many other people that basically say, I just don't want to do it for whatever multiple number of reasons on it. So people need to be respected in the process. That's who we are as Americans. Now, I've taken the vaccine. I'm glad to have the vaccine. I encourage people to do it. But there's no reason we as a country should be mandating a vaccine.
Senator, you just introduced a bill yesterday that you brought up before that would eliminate government shutdowns. It's the Prevent Government Shutdowns Act. Now, the last time we had that all happen was back in January of 2019. Why bring that bill back up now?
Because the end of the fiscal year is actually September the 30th. And once again, we're getting to September the 30th and the 12 appropriation bills are not done. In fact, in the Senate right now, Chuck Schumer hasn't even brought any of the appropriation bills even to committee. So we're literally 2 weeks out from having another government shutdown unless something is done to avert that. Myself, Maggie Hassan, who's a Democratic senator from New Hampshire, she and I have worked together on this for the past 3 years to say we've got to get to a point that we as a nation never talk about government shutdowns. Government shutdowns waste money. They are a real burden on the American people as they're trying to be able to stay in contact with their government. They're nonsensical for federal employees as well, that they're still paid, but they can't come to work. All the chaos that it creates. Our simple idea is the government continues, even if a appropriations work is not done yet. It continues at last year's budget level, but members of Congress and our staff can't leave Washington, D.C. We have to be in session every single day until the appropriation work is done. So it puts us all in focus. You can't deal with other bills. You can't deal with other issues. You have to be there 7 days a week until all the appropriations work is done. That puts the burden where the burden should be on Congress to get their work done and takes the burden off of federal workers and off of the American people.
Senator Lankford, turning now to Afghanistan, we have about a minute left. The administration has said that they are working to bring the remaining Americans home. Do you think that's going to happen? Are we going to be able to get whoever's left out?
So we're seeing some people trickle home, but we have personally worked with a lot of different folks that are still there. We have 100 Americans that are still in Afghanistan. We have thousands of people that are green card holders. Those are folks that have actually worked with our military. They're interpreters. Those are folks that work with our State Department that are there, that they were given the promise of American citizenship, and they were in the process of going through that. That's why they have a green card now, but now they've just been abandoned there. So these individuals are basically hostages. The administration's paying money to the Taliban to be able to actually get them out, and is asking Mother May I to the Taliban, can we take some of our people out now? This should have never been. We should have never left people on the ground. I understand the president wanted to be able to get out by the end of August, but you can't just leave Americans on the ground there. That's not who we are as Americans. We do not leave people behind, and literally President Biden left people behind.
Senator Lankford, we appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us this morning from Washington.
Yeah, glad to be able to do it.